I've been playing some games too. One of them that we should talk about is this little game called Overcooked 2, the sequel
Oh my
to
god.
Overcooked. And I really enjoyed the first game, but I had some really big problems with the first one. I think in particular, I found it to be overly difficult, especially considering the game has such mass appeal to it. I feel like unless you're playing with a group of hardcore gamers, you're not beating that game. And
Hmm.
I felt the scoring requirements were too high, and it just felt like an artificial way of gating that game from other people who wanted to play it. Especially since like my mom loves Overcooked, for example, and at some point I will have her on the stream playing with me and my brother, and maybe you guys too.
Good.
That is awesome idea.
Ah,
I
sure.
can't wait for her to completely embarrass me on the internet,
Nice.
which is it's inevitable. But what they've done in Overcooked 2 is like I feel like the levels are actually harder than the first one, but they've
Mhm.
lowered the scoring requirements so that like within the star counts and how much stars you need to unlock the next set of levels, they're
Mhm.
really low until the very end of the game, and then they ramp up really fast, but by that point you've probably got enough stars to get through to the end. So
Right.
it is a much more reasonable difficulty curve for, I think, the larger audience who's playing this game. And then on
Mhm.
top of that, it also has an arcade mode, which you can immediately access every level in the game, but it's random select.
Oh.
So you will pick like World 6, and then it'll give you one of the levels in that world at random. So even if you don't end up beating the main story mode, you will still have access to all of its content, which is greatly appreciated.
So in the stream you have, what is this at the bottom left? Your plate's like on fire? You're getting like a streak bonus or
Oh,
something?
okay. So one of the ways I used to cheese out the first Overcooked was that there would be a whole bunch of different orders, and based on timing or circumstances, I would usually go for like whatever the easiest one was to squeeze out a few extra points.
Uh-huh.
What the game has now is a tip multiplier. So if you stick to the orders in order, you will get extra money.
That's good.
Yeah, so it's trying to keep you on track so that you are playing it in order, or giving
Yeah,
you a
honest.
reason to do so.
Oh, that's good. And
Yeah.
it looks like there's a like quality of life update. Like you have like a point decay for each order in the top. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Each little bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Nice.
Some of the biggest changes to this game are the biggest changes throwing. You can now throw raw ingredients or anything chopped to each other, and that becomes a really big part of the game throughout. So there's going to be instances where the level's split in half, and I'm gonna have to throw something to John, or it's actually more efficient to just like from across the room throw something directly into a pot.
Yeah. Nice. You
Um,
can like it actually can go in.
yes,
Oh, nice.
and you can throw it
That's
at
cool.
John, and John can catch it in midair, or sometimes it's just like at the start of the game, I'll take a whole bunch of stuff and just throw it on the floor on the other side so that someone can pick it up later, and I can keep doing my thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's also a couple of levels that have mixing in them, so now it's like, I'm baking a cake. I need to put flour in a mixer, put eggs in a mixer, put chocolate in a mixer, then take that mix and then bake it.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So I think this version of Overcooked, especially now that it has online play, if you're playing in a private group, you can play the entire story mode as a group online. And you
Cool,
can play
yeah.
with strangers in the arcade mode. It's pretty much better than the first one in every way.
Kind of looks like it. Like
Yeah.
what a sequel should be. Yeah.
Yeah. And John, I know you've picked it up as well. What do you think?
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating sometimes.
Perfect response.
Yeah, it's and I can't stress that enough. It's extremely frustrating sometimes. But the joy of actually finishing something or getting that order out when you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing when you start,
Mm-hmm.
and then you sort of figure it out. And now, okay, I got this. It's kind of a, I don't know. It's a great feeling. It's addictive.
It's
No,
great.
that's cool.
It's best with at least people you can talk to, and at that point you can say like, all right, you go chop this stuff, I'm gonna cook this thing and then wash the dishes in the background, and then you do the next thing, and so on and so
Yeah.
forth.
Yeah,
But
yeah, for sure.
I found playing it online with strangers is really hard.
Yeah, I can
Oh,
imagine.
yeah, yeah.
So
Huh.
at some point, the next boss rush, we will play Overcooked 2 together, even if it's just you and me, man.
Oh, for sure.
Does Matt have it?
Yeah, he does too. I believe he does. Yeah.
Okay, at the very least, us three should do it. I'm gonna guess JJ also has it on the Switch, but he's really busy nowadays. So.
Oh, I am
We'll
in
see.
though, man. Yeah, if we can figure it out, let's do it.
Okay, great.
If you get it on PS4, I'll play.
If it goes on sale for dirt cheap on PS4,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
doubled it.
Yeah, for sure.